Well, I just want to say a couple of things here and be glad to take just a handful of questions. First, I want to publicly acknowledge and express my appreciation for the decision by the Japanese government to make additional contributions to the effort that we're all making in the Gulf. Specifically, Japan will be providing significant economic assistance to key countries in the region that are most severely affected by the sanctions and higher energy prices. Japan is also increasing its support for the multinational forces involved in the collective defense effort. And I gave my personal thanks to Prime Minister Kaifu last night when he called me to tell me about this news. And we are grateful to the Japanese. Significant contribution. And second, and in a similar vein, I want to say that early this morning, Prime Minister Thatcher phoned to give me the additional good news of her country's latest contribution. She informed me that the United Kingdom would be sending a full armored brigade along with the additional helicopters and aircraft to Saudi Arabia. Some Americans may remember the name the Desert Rats, and that's who will be going. As I told the Prime Minister over the phone, given all that the United Kingdom is already doing, this truly comes as the icing on the cake, a significant move by the Brits. And I also called President Mitterrand a few minutes ago to consult with him on the outrageous Iraqi break-in of the French embassy residence in Kuwait. These developments not only underscore the brutal behavior of Iraq, but also the international support that exists and is marshaled against Iraq's occupation of Kuwait. I've often said that it is not the United States against Iraq, but Iraq against the world. And for our part, we will continue to do everything possible to ensure that the sanctions work as intended and to deter, and if need be, defend Saudi Arabia against armed attack. And here I just want to reiterate what I said when I first ordered the U.S. forces to Saudi Arabia, namely that the United States forces were sent to Saudi Arabia at the request of the Saudi government. And those same U.S. forces will depart as soon as they are no longer needed or wanted, and they will remain not 1 day longer than is absolutely necessary. John?
Are we any closer to armed combat because of what has happened at the French embassy, and also because a U.S. warship apparently is now fired across the bow of an Iraqi tank? What do you know about that, sir?
I wouldn't put it closer to a war situation. I still hope that this matter can be peacefully resolved, and the way for that to happen is for Iraq to comply with the sanctions. Yes, American vessel did, in accordance with the United Nations resolutions, in accordance with the sanctions, cause another Iraqi vessel to heave to, and it has been boarded. And I expect confidently that if it indeed is not carrying any contraband or anything that will violate the sanctions, it will be permitted to go on its way. But it did require a bit of a warning before the captain pulled over and permitted the boarding party to have a look.
Mr. President, what can you tell us about the U.S. consul that was detained in the Canadian ambassador's house? Any protest or any action about that?
I don't have all the details on that one, but again, I would lump that into the unacceptable action category. I don't have the facts on that. They've been
released, Mr. President.
They have been released. So, but any of these incidents, all of them add up to clear violations of international law, and I think they do raise tensions. They clearly do. Yeah.
Mr. President, how is Ambassador Howell, and would the U.S. have to respond militarily if Iraq entered the United States compound in Kuwait City?
That's too hypothetical, the last part of the question, but I have no reason to believe that Ambassador Howell, Nat Howell, is not in good shape. I haven't heard anything to the contrary.
How long are you going to keep him there, sir?
I've not made a determination on that.